Good morning, dear friends. God is inviting us to a new day, and a new day with a new inner disposition. And today, Emmanuel helps us by giving us a new recommendation. In chapter 36 of the book Vineyardoflight, Emmanuel, through the medium Chico Xavier, tells us, quoting James chapter 3, verse 14, he says, "But if you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast about it or deny the truth." Then Emmanuel will illuminate us with his very recommendation. Every religious school presents undoubtful values to the person of goodwill. In spite of the abuses of priesthood, the exploitation of inferior humanity, and the fantasies of exterior cult, the sincere heart will benefit itself greatly in the spring of faith, illuminating him or herself to find the divine conscience in themselves. But in every religious organization, which is very human, will find the danger of fanaticism and separatism that postpones indefinitely the most sublime spiritual edifications. Catholics, Protestants, Spiritists, all of them move threatened by the monster of separation, as if the religious thought would be translated in east of discord. Unfortunately, there is a great number of incarnate guides that dominate themselves by this disturbing clause. Thick obstacles block the vision of majority of people. Everyone wants to withhold God without cogitating to belong to God. May every apprentice of the Christ be prepared to resist to evil. It is indispensable, however, to understand the divine paternity for sacred heritage of all creatures, all individuals, recognizing that in the house of the Father, the only difference amongst people is measured by the noble effort of each one of us. How about us? Do we want to keep God for ourselves, thinking we're entitled to God ourselves, or do we want to belong to God? What are our noble efforts? We're talking about pride. And pride can be very limiting. It separates us. It makes us feel we're superior to others, we know more than others, and it's very deceiving. Today, what a joy for us to be invited to do this inner assessment. It's so important to know who we are and to make a new decision. No, if we're spiritists, we're no more than anybody else, not even those who don't think of God. They are who they are, we are who we are. At the end of the day, we're brothers and sisters in God, and we're in the same boat. We're not in a different planet. But Vanessa, I don't think there is any way to claim any right to separate us from anybody else in our feelings. When we get to family reunions, it's so important to find the commonalities and to cherish it. To be amongst people and find the commonalities, to cherish tolerance. May every apprentice of the Christ be prepared to resist to evil and to find that God belongs to all, but we need to belong to God. Today, we're going to step into the exercise of noble efforts to be one with one another and God. What an exercise to remind ourselves constantly. We are children of God. We are all together in this evolution. We're experiencing a pandemic that proves to us that we are more alike than we ever imagined. Let us pray. Thank you, dear God, for this wonderful invitation and recommendation. May today we exercise this feeling of our connection with you and through you with everyone. Forgive us for the times in which our pride created separation amongst us, making us feel we're better than others or afraid of people. May we never be afraid of anyone. Finding the divine in each and every person and visualizing your messengers with all of us. Certainly there's no place and no time in which you are not, and your messengers are not there either. All the time you're there with us and you send constant guidance. May today we be closer to people in our feelings, feeling compassion and kindness, and cherishing our commonalities, ennobling our efforts, raising ourselves above our pride, our vanity, our selfishness. Thank you for the opportunity of existing and being this reincarnation. We visualize illuminated hands from the spirit doctors, nurses, and therapists who are now here in the circle of prayer, bringing to each one of us the remedies that we need, the strength that we need, and we rejoice in gratitude. And we see healing baskets being delivered to everyone who is in this circle of prayer and those who have their names in the book of prayer at the Spirit Society of Virginia and Cardiac Radio. Feeling your loving embrace, we thank you always, and so be it. What a joy, dear friends. What an invitation. The good spirits are coaching us to better scenarios, to better days, saying, take it down. Feel yourself more at the level of everybody else. There's no need to be afraid because God is everywhere and with everyone. Let us ennoble our efforts today and be happier. Thank you, friends, for joining us. Thank you, Tiago from Portugal. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Slavic. Thank you, Katia. Thank you, Dennis from Uruguay. I've been in Montevideo, beautiful, gorgeous city. Thank you, Narciso, dear friend. We wish you all a beautiful day and night. And we hope to see you tomorrow at another morning prayer here at Cardiac Radio, where we're always nourishing our soul.